Coming to you from my current location, I'm Bob Rubart with the Oracle developer community, and my guest this morning is Louis Weir. Louis, how you doing this morning?
I'm all right, actually enjoying the nice weather in the UK.
It's still nice here in the Great Lakes region of the United States. Tell the viewers a little bit about where you work and what you do there. I know you're a Chief Technical Officer at Capgemini. Explain that role and talk a little bit about what you do.
Of course, I'm the CTO for the Oracle practice in the UK. So I get involved in basically giving technology direction to the teams, helping out, defining where we should be focusing on. Like if, for example, a cloud is evolving, the way we provision infrastructure, Kubernetes as a focus, for example, the way we develop applications, following modern patterns like MVVM and what technology components we use. So as a practice, we need to focus on the technology that's relevant, and that will make us relevant to our customers. So I do a lot of that in technology direction, but I also get involved in a lot of project work, doing delivery actually quite heavily. So I kind of do both.
All right, well, let's talk about what's going to keep you even busier coming up here in a few weeks at Oracle Code 1. You have 2 sessions at Code 1. The first of those is the 7 Deadly Sins of API Design. That's a developer session, and that's on Tuesday, October the 23rd from 4 to 4:45. Tell me a bit about that session. Take me deep under the hood.
Yeah, so I was trying to look for a fun way to articulate, bad practices on API design and how to prevent them. Like, for example, if you talk about a gluttony, right? Maybe your scope within an API is too large. Maybe you're not doing proper bounded context design, and therefore you are dumping everything into a single API, meaning that API is huge, right? Maybe you're being too, ambitious. Maybe you should break it down, right? Follow proper design principles, right? And have better, I wouldn't say fine-grained, but better scoped APIs. Another example is sloth, for example. I'm too lazy. I'm not going to document my API, right? Or I'm just going to auto-generate Swagger as opposed to do an API design first. So it's kind of showing an example on how you can use API, right? To document and also design your API properly, right? And it wouldn't take that much time. And for example, pride, right? I mean, if you're a Rastafarian, like a super strict REST guy, sometimes there are other architectural styles that might be better off, like GraphQL, for example. So I'm looking for exciting ways or a fun way to share my experience and the experience of my team doing API design, what we have encountered to be challenges, and then providing some good tips as to how to prevent this. Prevent you from being a sinner.
All right, that sounds great. Advice I'm sure many people can use. And then your second Code 1 session is Oracle Code Soaring. It's a live demo of a polycloud microservices implementation. That's also a developer session. And that one is on Wednesday the 24th at 2:30 p.m. Now, you're presenting this with Lucas Jellema and Guido Schmutz. And this is, I think, the third or fourth incarnation of a presentation that a team of Oracle aces and developer champions did first maybe 3 or 4 years ago at the Middleware Forum.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a new one. It's right now completely focused on modern architecture. In fact, the first time we've done it, this particular one was in you have to excuse me.
That's okay. You're home. Those things happen.
Yeah. So the first one we did actually was in Budapest in the community forum just recently in March. Yeah, and it's completely based on modern architectures using modern technologies. So and it's actually quite amazing. I think it's a hardcore developer session. We spent a lot of time building this demo. It's an e-commerce portal built based on modern microservices and other architectural styles, and we are actually going under the hoods and showing how this stuff works.
How many cloud applications or services are involved in this particular presentation?
So it's interesting because right now the focus on this demo is not so much on how many cloud services we're using. It's more about applying modern architectural disciplines like domain-driven design and the concept of bounded context. So you get an e-commerce portal, you break it down into 7 bounded contexts like orders or logistics or customer, right? And then each one within each bounded context, like for example, I own orders, right? I'm responsible for my own design. I'm responsible for my own implementation. I'm responsible for my own runtime. I'm responsible for everything pretty much within this particular microservice. And then we have to make it all work together, right?
Yeah.
And then we demo how the things scale. So I don't know how many I haven't counted them, but there will be like some 20 something microservices built for this.
Okay.
And they're all interacting using, for example, Kafka Event Hub, right? And we're using a number of technologies. Some wrote the services in Java, others in Node.js, right? Some are using, for example, Kubernetes like myself. Others are using Application Container Cloud or Container Cloud Native. So it's quite exciting. We build the UI using Oracle Jet, for example, but then within each bounded context, we're all building our own UI. So it's interesting how we were able to make it all kind of, cohesively look at a single UI, even though it's been built separately by different teams.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really interesting demo. I would recommend people attending. And it's not just 3. I think there was a limitation on the number of people you could have within the presenters. It's 5 of us. So you have also Lenneke, you also have Jose, Spen, and Guido as well is there.
Okay.
And Lucas, who came up with the idea, he was kind enough to invite me to be part of this cracking demo.
All right. So in addition to the sessions you've just described that you're presenting at Oracle Code 1, you're also presenting a session as part of Oracle OpenWorld. That session is using Oracle Identity Cloud Service and Oracle API Platform Cloud Service at Co-op. You're presenting that with Wes Davies, who's the Senior Domain Architect with the Cooperative Group. And that session is on Thursday, October 25th at 9 a.m. So give us a little background on that session. Take us inside.
So it's actually about a project. The Cooperative Group is the first largest retailer in the UK. It's an application that we built using Oracle Jet with Oracle API Platform for the APIs and also MySQL Cloud for the microservice storage and Application Container Cloud along with Spring Boot for the microservices. The idea is that we wanted to create a very simple to use, very rich UI for store managers inside working in all these 3,000 stores across the UK to very quickly create new job requisitions and basically recruit people. So it had to scale, it had to be very simple, but also one of the requirements was to support single sign-on, right? Which was really interesting, right? And it wasn't an easy problem to solve because they were, using a technology, a product, right, to support single sign-on, which was based on SAML. And as you might know, Auth 2.0 is kind of the main, standard when you want to support authorization in MVVM-based applications where credentials actually, you want to prevent credentials from flying through the application because it's client-side JavaScript code. So you need to think about different ways to do it. So we implemented the implicit grant flow within the Auth 2.0 specification. And then we also make use of the Oracle Identity Cloud to act as an SAML to Auth 2.0 bridge, meaning that as part of the logon process, right, someone would, seamlessly obtain a SAML token, which would then be accepted by Identity Cloud. And on the back of that, Identity Cloud would then provision an Auth token redirect that would then enable the Jet, right, to get that token to then use it to make subsequent calls to the API platform, and then we configure the API platform to accept Auth 2.0 tokens generated by Identity Cloud. From a user perspective, they don't even notice what's going on, but from an implementation standpoint, it was really interesting. I had to really, really deep dive and understand completely how Auth works. I think practitioners that are not fully familiar with Auth 2.0, I think they will get a lot out of this because we're going to focus on this particular problem of the entire solution.
You've described 3 sessions that you're going to be presenting as part of either Oracle Code 1 or Oracle OpenWorld, but what do you plan on doing in the meantime? When you're not delivering sessions, are there some sessions that you yourself want to see?
Actually, there are, but I would have to go through my session catalog. There's a few sessions I do want to attend. To be completely honest with you, there's a few speakers from Netflix. Actually, there is developer champions and ace directors are speaking as well. You got me because I don't remember the session name.
Okay, beyond any sessions that you might want to attend, is there a particular trend or topic or technology that you're interested in learning more about at Oracle Code 1?
Yeah, so I'm focusing on I would say in 2 or 3 main topics. So I'm quite interested in GraphQL. I've done 2 sessions so far